Okay, here we are underneath our 87 full-size Bronco, and we're showing you how to disconnect the electric shift motor if it's bad, or you're going to replace the system with the shifter because you have other problems between the dashboard and here. First thing you've got to remember is, before you do this, make sure your vehicle is in two-wheel high, okay? Because that's how we locate the locator pin on the shifter. We've got 3 wires here to the speed sensor. These will need to be cut. We have this 9-wire harness here, which needs to be separated. Then we have 1, 2, 3 short metric bolts. You'll need a 10mm nut driver, and then we have 3 more of the longer ones that hold the actual motor on. So what we're going to do first is, these were just taped back together just for photographic purposes. We're going to pretend we're cutting these 3 speed sensor wires. Do them right in the middle so you do have some room to strip the insulation if you ever want to go back to the electric shift motor for some reason. Anyway, so snip, 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 separate, separate, and separate. Okay, that's done. Next, you want to get a small flat tip screwdriver and carefully separate the 2 female clips here that hold this coupler together. Mine were both broken, of course, like most of the old Ford stuff, just kind of fall apart in the heat. So we'll separate this like that. There's part of your problem right there. A little over-engineered. Now on this, I tuck it up and on behind on the inside of the chassis, and it just hangs there. So that's out of the way. These 3 wires here, just for the sake of stopping any corrosion down the road. Pull off this tape here, and when you buy the shifter, we supply 3 wire nuts. Put all 3 on, and if you want to get fancy, you can tape them up a little bit, just to keep the moisture out for whatever reason. 1, 2, 3, and voila, you're pretty much done. If you can get them upside down like a horseshoe, that's even better. Keeps the water from staying within the nut. Okay, next we're going to remove these 2 short bolts here. This is the one that holds the coupler bracket on, and as you can tell, I've already kind of pre-loosened these, but the official torque spec, supposedly, at least on the motor, is 12 pounds or so. It doesn't take much. You can save these or just put them in your spare. Next, remove the bolt for the rear of the motor bracket, just like this. There's 3, and since I'm lazy and I like tools, I'll use a nut driver for the other 3. We got 1 up here at about 11 o'clock, 1 over here about 2:30, and finally the bottom one about 7 o'clock, and voila, the electric shift motor is out. If you ever crack open one of these things and see what's entailed, it's absolutely insane. It's a great system in theory, application, not so sure. Alright, save your motor, put it away, or use it for doorstop, whatever you want to do. As you can tell now, we have a triangular shaft here from the rear of the transfer case. It's pointing to too high. That's your freeway speeds, no 4-wheel drive. When you get your shifter, it will come with the locating pin and marked at too high. The triangle is that way. Please excuse that we're waiting for the print shop to finish the logos here. These will actually be waterproof stickers. And basically all you do, locate the shifter right there. You're in too high. And we also supply 3 new pretty bolts. Now you want to hand start these first, of course, so you don't do any weird stripping in the transfer case. That's just creating more problems than pain in the butt. 1, 2, and this one's always a little tricky since it's behind the handle, but it will go right about there. Now, I don't recommend using an electric drill to tighten these up. You probably want to go by hand and snug them up to, yeah, maybe 9, 10, 12 foot-pounds. There's one. There's number 2. And finally, there's number 3. Voila! You're absolutely done. Now, right now you're ready for 2-wheel high, which is freeway and street mode. To operate the shifter is very, very simple. As you can see, we've got this locating mark on the mounting plate itself. You want to go counterclockwise from 2 high, pull the plunger out, rotate just 90 degrees, and now you're in 4 high. I usually do this with the engine off and the vehicle in neutral with the emergency brake applied in lieu of park. So try not to do this on a steep hill if you can. You actually want to plan this out before you're really stuck on a hill, in a trail, or whatever. After you go into 4 high, you can go out front, lock your hubs. Hopefully you have manual hubs, because the automatic hubs are basically kind of useless. So that's it. Right now you're in 4-wheel drive. Now if you want to go to 4-wheel low, you continue counterclockwise about 190 degrees. Pin drops back into the 3rd locating hole, and there you are, instant 4 low. If you have enough power in your truck, you could probably pull over a house right now. And if you had a chain, stout enough. And that's basically it. You're good to go. Want to get back out? 190 degrees. Put you in 4 high. Sometimes you have to jiggle your drive shaft a bit. Right now this vehicle is in park, that's why it's a little bit tight. Anyways, there you are back in a 4-wheel high, and you're done for the day. Reach underneath one more time, 90 degrees, you're off for the pavement. You're all done. And that's as simple as it gets. It really, really is. Yes, granted, you do have to lay on your right shoulder, lean under the truck a little bit, but my daughter can do this in less than 10 seconds. She's been using this on our vehicle, which is actually her vehicle, for almost a year now. And it's just so simple. It eliminates all the electrical, the speed sensor, the control module, the relays, the sensors, the push button on the dashboard. Just gets rid of all that. And one less thing to worry about, especially if you're already out in the trails and away from help, away from a tow truck. Wake up Saturday morning, wife's asleep, and want to drive down the fishing hole. Oops, can't get there because I don't have 4-wheel drive. This solves everything. This is the Shiftster-1. Thank you very much, and we'll do some more video a little bit later.